Hello everybody and welcome to this new video with my friend Monica today. She's from Venezuela and right now she's living in India, but because of Corona she got stuck in Turkey, and yeah, I thought it would be interesting to introduce her to you because she's modeling also for a long time already, and she has lived in Turkey, in India, and the Philippines, and previously she has also started her own blog about nutrition. Yes. So yeah, welcome Monica.
Okay, hello again. As you say, I'm from Venezuela. Around 5 years ago, I moved out from there. So then I started modeling, I have started to travel, then I started to study nutrition. So recently I opened my Instagram page, and soon I will start to be in YouTube. So yeah,
you can follow her also there. I will link,
yes, please.
I'll put the link down and then you can check her new account.
Yes.
So I have wrote down some questions so you can get to know Monica better. So yeah, you came to Turkey when the first time? 2000?
I came to Turkey in 2016,
I think.
No, right, yes, 2016.
Sorry. You came in 2016 and 2017 we met.
Yeah,
I remember. Why did you come to Turkey? Do you remember? Like,
I was modeling. I was in India, and then they sent me here to Turkey.
They say, you want to go to Turkey? Okay.
I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, I was a little bit afraid to come here, if I am honest, but yeah, I say like, okay,
let's go.
I will go, yeah.
And yeah, you came because of modeling, right?
Yeah, because of modeling.
So how did you start modeling? Do you remember how it went?
Actually, when I was in Venezuela, I was doing like a little bit jobs of modeling, but like not something really big. And then a friend of mine, she told me like, oh, I have one model agency, blah blah blah, you can be in contact with them and blah blah blah. So then like we talked, and after like maybe after 2 months I just left to India.
But this model agency was in Brazil, right?
Yeah, from Brazil, yeah.
Okay, and then they sent you to India directly.
They sent me directly to India, and I was there for 5 months. And then I came to Turkey.
And what was your impression of India when you came there? And
when I arrived to India, I was like, wow.
It was very different.
Yeah. I mean, India is one country where you cannot compare with any other country. It's really different, but also it's an amazing place. So for me, it took a couple of days for me to get used to be there, to see how the people are there, and to get used to for the food. To get used to also the weather, because weather there is difference about the pollution and blah blah blah. But after I got used to it, I was okay.
I was also supposed to go to India once, but I got super afraid and I cancelled everything. Like my agency was so angry at me, but I was like, I can't, I'm afraid, like I'll get sick.
I remember we went together, you took the visa.
Yeah, I got the visa already. I got my working visa, and in the end I didn't go to India.
I think I was the only one supporting you. Yeah, go to India, go to India.
But you also told me, I think it's not for you.
Sorry, princess.
So, do you remember how was life in Venezuela before you left?
How was the life in Venezuela? I mean, I could say like, before I left Venezuela, maybe 3 years before that, it was amazing. Like
3 years before.
Yeah.
So, like when you left, it started already not to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe for 1 year before I left, the things started to be really bad. Like I could not sustain anymore in so many things, you know. So this was one of the main reasons why I left Venezuela, because I knew there will be no future, that I have to look forward. So that's why I was so sad to leave my country, but I was like, anyways, I have to do it, otherwise I will not have opportunity here.
So then you went to India and then you came to Turkey, right?
Yeah.
And what was your first impression of Turkey? Like your first day in Turkey, what did you realize? What was different?
I start to look around, I really like it, and I say, wow, there is so much food.
Really, yeah. There's literally like a kebab place
in every corner.
Yes, meters.
Yes. In every corner. I remember I was walking, it was like all the streets, like in both sides, like full of shops, like restaurants, like bakeries, like all sweet is like all
Baklava.
yes, sweet also.
And from India, like the difference, what was like the first, let's say, impression what you had, what was different from India? Because you were used to India after half a year, I guess.
Yeah, of course I say, wow, it's so clean.
So clean, not so many people. Yes. I mean, normally everybody who comes to Istanbul says it's super full with people. I guess with you it was the opposite after India.
Yeah.
India is
it was not as crowded as India, of course, but yeah, I could say that also traffic-wise was much better.
Yeah. Do you remember what your family said when you said that you're going to move to Turkey for a while?
Are you crazy?
Really?
Yes.
They thought that Turkey is more dangerous than India?
Yes.
Really? Why?
Yes. I mean, it's not like now, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it was different. There was another opinion about Turkey. So,
and also there were a lot of attacks here happening,
yes.
like terroristic attacks. So yeah, from there I can imagine that they were afraid.
Yeah, so that's why they were so afraid that I was moving here, because of course they didn't feel like I was secure, you know. So it took them a while to realize, like, okay, yeah, she's okay there, she had a life now there,
okay.
So
I
but
see.
in the beginning it was a little bit difficult for them to accept that this was my new home.
Yeah, you always get these news from everywhere, and you think it's like, I don't know, only terrorist attacks there, but actually this is like, I mean, of course a lot of things happened here, but it was...
But it's not as bad as they say all the time in the news, you know. Like, there is also a lot of misconception about Turkey, about how you should dress, what you have to wear, like you have to cover and blah blah blah. But it's totally not true.
Of course.
Yeah. So when I came here, I realized, I was like, wow, it's so different. It's not like the people say about here.
Is there something, I mean, until today, is there something weird for you about Turkey? I mean, not weird in a negative way, but in general, like, what is something weird for you in Turkey?
I remember in the beginning, something was so weird about, as I said before, is too much food around, like so many restaurants, like literally you can find, like, let's say one kebab restaurant and nearby there are like 4 or 5. So for me it was like, but why?
Why so much food? I think because here it's more normal to eat outside. And I think that's why there's so much like restaurants, small places around. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
And I saw also that people, Turkish people or people who are living here, they love to eat outside. So for us, for example, it's not like we were going out for dinner on Monday evening. So for me this was totally like, what is this?
Yeah, this is a whole culture here to eat out in restaurants. Our favorite hobby anyways. Yes, by the way.
And of course about the breakfast. For me it was not weird, but I got like, super different. It was like, wow.
That you go out for breakfast. I think in Germany I never did this in my life, go out for breakfast. In Germany it's more like bakery. You can take something from the bakery with some coffee and have breakfast there, but not like, they're not gonna bring you like a whole table with breakfast like here. What do you miss about Turkey when you're not here? Like when you're abroad somewhere? Food.
Sorry to say that, but yeah, food.
Yeah, the food in Turkey is really nice.
Food here is amazing. It's like
fresh fruit.
It's super fresh. Yes.
So we were talking about this before already, but now you're normally living in India. How's life there comparing to Turkey? What are like the main difference for you between the life in India and the life in Turkey?
Between the life here and there?
Food.
I wanted to say this.
Food is different.
Food's the first.
The food in India, you're not so as happy with the food in India than in Turkey?
No. I mean, they have nice food. I like them. But it's not one food that you can eat every day. Because for me it's kind of too heavy, it's too many mix of spices, which of course is good, it tastes good, but when you are not get used to, it's hard for you to get, you know, into this taste. But yeah, I could say food. I could say about service. Turkey is #1 about service.
As I said in my previous videos also, there is a service for everything in Turkey. Everything is so easy. You can always call a person who will fix something for you. I don't know, it's like everything's super easy here. So you have lived in a lot of different places. Where you have lived in Turkey? Venezuela, India,
Philippines,
and
Spain.
Ah yes, right, you were in Spain for a long time. Yeah, now I remember. And from all the places that you have lived in, which one is your favorite? What you can say? What do you think?
Not easy.
Really?
But I could say here, Turkey.
Really?
Yes.
Or you're doing
really
for
like
video now? No, I'm joking.
Yes.
No, so Turkey is your favorite from all these places?
Yes. I mean, every country is really different. It has like all these pros and cons when you are kind of dive deep if it's the right place to live or not. But about service and about how to say accommodation and everything, here is the best option.
Yeah, like also in the relation with the price, I can say.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine Spain is also really nice, but it's like much more expensive.
Yes.
Right. And what about Philippines? How did you like it there? How long you stayed there, by the way?
I stayed there 2 months.
Ah, so not that long actually.
No, not that long, but yeah, it's different as well.
Really?
Yes, but I love all the Philippine people. They are really nice people. They have a beautiful heart. They are really all the time. They are so happy to help you. They are all the time like super happy. So I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I heard this a lot. That people from the Philippines, they're like the nicest persons.
Yeah.
Even they don't have a lot of money also in the Philippines, but everybody's super positive. This is what I heard a lot. So you have been modeling since 2015, you said, right? So already 5 years.
Yes.
And last year you decided to study also something. You started to study nutrition, holistic nutrition, right?
Yeah.
How did you decide to study holistic nutrition?
Well, I always like all this health part. When I was in Venezuela, I studied nursing. So after, let's say, these 5 years that I was not focusing in my studies, I miss it. So I all the time love everything about nutrition. And also like my mom, she have a problem with her stomach, so also make me so curious about like why, like how what can I do to help her. So I think this was one of the reasons which made me kind of go back to study. So then I found this university and I started to study, and I really love it. I was feeling like, yes, I just need it so much, and I'm totally in love with everything about nutrition. And yeah.
Also, what I can say is that Monica really likes to help people and likes to support people, tries to help with their problems. And this also, I think this is why you started to study this, because with this you can try to help people with their like health problems. You can try to solve their issues with holistic nutrition.
I really like this, and I would love to help people, to guide them.
So if you're interested in Monica's blog, then you can follow her on Instagram. I will put the link in the description box. The name of your blog is Somos Green Food, right?
Yes.
And yeah, her YouTube link I will also put to the description, so you can follow her there and check out the information about nutrition. Okay, so thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.